Welcome to the Biddy Show, you guys. I'm Quita Renee.
or whatever. And I'm Letitia Roche. Or
Come on, Leticia Roche.
welcome back to the
Um,
Beauty
s-
Show, y'all.
welcome back, welcome back. We got to talk about these Real Housewives. Get
Real
into it
Housewives of
real fast.
Atlanta.
Do you have the episode? Is it what? It was the name of
Episode
the episode
15, I
today?
think. Episode 15 is called Chapter 3 Rebirth.
Oh, they're still following along with that. Okay, but yes, how the episode started off was Drew and Angela were chatting. Angela came to Drew's hotel room with a little
Okay.
breakfast so they can chit chat. Drew stated that
Project
she
before we get started, Beauty.
Mhm.
Before we get started, what do you rate? How many peaches you give in this episode before we even talk about it?
Oh, I give it I give it like a 6.7. I don't want to give them a 7 all the way. So I give them a 6.6, 6.7. I mean, it gave what it was supposed to give, but it didn't have me like so excited, like, oh, I want to rewatch that episode.
I did. So last week, I know we rated it kind of high. I think last week we gave it like 7 or 8 peaches. And this week I'm gonna give it a 9.
This week, you want to give it a what?
I want to rate it 9 peaches. I don't know what I really enjoyed this
Girl, where are my pearls
episode.
so I can clutch them? Where they at?
I enjoyed this episode, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and at the end I'll tell you why I gave it 9 peaches. But I just wanted to throw
Why
that
I
out there.
can't hear it now? Why I can't hear it now? You don't have to go through everything in detail, but just like, what did you enjoy so
Why?
much about it?
Fun. It was
I
so
like
much
fun too.
fun. It was fun. And then like some of the tensions that we saw, like the Drew and Portia, it was like all out of the window. Everybody saw a fine man, and it was like, the girls get a good kiki on a girl. When you see a fine
Mhm.
man, whether everybody take it or not,
My God.
it was
I
just
agree.
fun. It was just fun. That's why I gave it 9.
But I feel like
Little
last
details,
week
but it was fun.
was more fun. But
You
yeah, yeah,
know, okay.
yeah.
Well, talk about it then. Okay, so go
Okay.
first thing.
So no, so I think you touched on this a little bit last week. I can't remember though. Drew was stating that she felt like Britt was acting when she was
Yes,
crying to
I
Shamia.
did say that. Did I not? Okay, Drew, clock that T.
Yeah. I didn't feel like she was acting though.
Big
I
Lord, here
always
we
want to
go.
think of the
Disagree.
cup half full versus half empty. That's my persona. That's immediately where I go. Because I don't know. I didn't think it was acting.
Quita.
Yeah. I don't know these girls too deeply to be like, she was faking, right?
Yeah. Quita, in that same episode last week, Britt was saying how no one support her. They don't
Mm-hmm.
call each other over their house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was giving, we have not fostered a relationship. Biddy left. I'm going to just keep going. It's giving, we haven't fostered a relationship. So for her to go from that extreme to, oh my gosh, Shamia, I love you so much. I'm gonna be here for you regardless. I love you. It was just far fetched for me. I'm gonna wait on Quita to come back. What the hell? What the hell, Beyonce? What the hell, Barry? What the hallelujah? Ooh, don't strike me down, Lord. The outline to us that they really haven't fostered a relationship, her in the group, because she was saying she don't feel supported by anybody. So that gave me like, okay, these girls, well, she's not meeting up after shows. No one has gotten to know her on a deeper level besides Kelly because they came in as best friends or whatever. So to get that and then go to the extreme of, I love you, Shamia. I love you regardless of what happens. Shamia, I love you. Oh my God. It was just a lot for me. It gave actress, and I will say that them flashing back and showing Drew reaction sent me. Baby, it sent me. I'm here for Drew. I'm giving Drew 10 peaches alone just for their reaction. I'm giving Drew
But
all
I
her
don't
peaches.
know. I don't know if you picked up on. I think she did foster a relationship with Shamia. That's why she was like, everything is so weird. Brit is acting funny. She was like, even Shamia is acting funny, which lets me know that they did have some form of a relationship. Don't know how deep it was, just like we don't know how deep her relationship with Brit was. But I think they were cool to some type of capacity.
Yeah, I
So
think
I
they're a
didn't look
coworker.
at it like that. I just
Yeah.
looked at it like,
I think
okay.
if your coworker come in one day, yeah, let's just move out bridge. She's not even that important. So what was next? What else is going on in the wise words of Cynthia?
So also let's stay on Brit. Brit had a conversation. Let's have a real conversation. Like the Carlos
Hey,
King
Carl.
would say. She had a conversation with Kelly, just talking to her in regards to how their relationship is going right now. Brit doesn't feel supported. And that was a question that I wanted to bring up in regards to their conversation. She felt like Kelly didn't have her back. Right. And
Okay,
then if you want to say I did something wrong, she like, why would you bring that up in front of other people?
because they were friends.
I felt that.
That's what I
Yes.
do know.
Yes,
Okay.
I felt that. So my question that I want to ask you and everybody who is listening, how do you handle it when your friend is wrong AF? How do you address it? When do you address it? Like, what is the policy and procedures? What are the terms and conditions? Like, how are we going about this?
That is very interesting. And that can be a slippery slope, especially being on a reality show. When you come in thinking y'all just supposed to be friends, and then I done mosed it over here to Portia, and now I'm cool with Portia and establishing a friendship where, you know, this is the thing though for me. Britt wanted Kelly to pull her to the side and say, hey girl, that donation was shit. And me and Shamia talked about it. If they were that type of friends where they have that type of level of understanding, was that something that was discussed prior to the show? I feel like prior to us going on a show, we would have a conversation. I think that that would be a conversation. But I felt like classic Brit, it was a whole case of deflection. I felt like Kelly, she's a really good communicator from what I have seen thus far. And Kelly kind of told her, like, yeah, she echoed what Shamia said, did she? Right? She echoed what Shamia said, and she was just like, Britt, you shared with us that you took all your employees to get BBLs and whatever surgery of their choice. And I just think you have a bigger purpose when it came to an event like this. I also felt like Shamia and feeling like you just didn't show up in the way that
Mm-hmm.
we can show up, seeing the resources that we have. I think Kelly said that in so many words.
We
And I think
established she
Britt,
was wrong.
yes. And I think
Okay.
Britt deflected in saying, well, you can't share your glam team and you can't do this and you can't do that. Understood Britt's sentiments of I want you to pull me to the side. But at
That's
the
what we
same
were talking about.
time, I feel like it was a big thing where she clowned you in front of the group. You clowned yourself when you showed up with that one ply of Scott tissue because I doubt it was Charmin. Like you did that to yourself. I really do. And I let me ask you this question. She kept saying to Kelly, like, I just want you to be yourself. I just want you to be yourself. I took that as her telling
Mm-hmm.
Kelly that she hasn't been showing up authentically, Kelly. Or
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm.
you saying that because your friend has tried to tell you something about yourself that you just don't want to hear?
See, I didn't get that, and of course we have different perspectives at
Mm-hmm.
all. But see, this is the thing. I feel like you're on the train where everything that Brit does annoys your soul,
Mm-hmm.
like everything that she does, because she literally was just telling her, like, girl, if we supposed to be cool, why would you just be doing the most right now in front of everybody? That's what they were talking about. I don't feel like she was trying to deflect. That's a real thing. Because when she was sitting at that table, when Britt was like, yeah, if you're going to be that girl, you got to be that girl in all aspects.
Yeah.
And
Hold
it's
on.
like, why would you
Wait
say,
until I get done. I'm sorry.
oh,
Wait
no,
until I get out, please. Don't come back until I'm done. Thank you. Because I just asked you that when I came in there. Sorry. Proceed. I did hear what you're saying.
I'm just like, I feel like Brit, she just be doing the most. She just be doing the most sometimes. And then she's giving me flip flopper vibes. It's definitely giving me Cynthia. Like, girl, which team you want to be on, which side you want to align yourself with. It's like,
Yeah.
pick a side. I'm not saying you got to
Hmm.
stay with them all the way through, but it's like you doing way too much.
Yeah, and with Brie, I don't like Brie. I think that's self-explanatory. I think if you go back and view other commentary, you would know that. But I think I am being very, I can't even think of the word when it comes to Brie right
Fair.
now because I am trying to extend her a little bit of grace. But like I said, I do understand her saying, "Hey, friend, could you pull me over to the side?" But what I'm saying is that I don't feel like, from what I saw, I don't negate her feelings, but what I saw, I'm like, I don't feel like you were attacked. I feel like she told you in the moment the same thing she just told you in private. I feel like you have a bigger purpose. And I do, like Shamia, felt like you could have showed up in a better way and not with one roll of scotch, one ply tissue. I think that everybody thought that. It wasn't just her. But for you, maybe she would have wanted Kelly just to not say anything at all. And I would have respected that too. Just don't say nothing to be like, then when I come to you on the side, which she did, she was like, hey, I do feel like, you should have gave more or whatever. And she was like, no, I just want you to be yourself. Like, this ain't you. You just saying it because everybody else saying it. I felt like she gave that.
Mm.
Okay. So we
Okay.
disagree there.
Perfectly fine.
Y'all
But I
let
just
me know.
want to
Let
know,
us know
okay,
what y'all think.
just speaking from you, if I do something just flat out wrong, AF, how are
Mhm.
you gonna handle it with me? Like,
Did it, if the whole we amongst the group of people
yes.
free, it's likely I'm gonna say, yeah, Quita, that was wrong. That was fucked up. I probably would say that outside of thinking about, oh my God, we in front of all these people and this my friend. If in the moment, whatever the case may be, I feel like you're wrong, I probably would say it right there. I wouldn't be like, oh, bitch, you wrong. You brought this one pot. Oh my God, girl. But afterwards, if you be like, damn, I feel like in those situations, I wouldn't want you to do that. Next time, I would be more conscious of it. But I wouldn't want you to be saying, well, you ain't being yourself. You don't really think like that. You just hopped on the group train.
Are you forgetting what Britt said in front of everybody? She was like, if you gonna be that girl, you gotta be that girl in all aspects. You doing too much, Bookie. And if
Britt said,
we was in, yes, Britt said that about, I mean, Kelly said that
yeah,
about Britt
yeah,
when they were at that
yeah,
table in front of everybody. And
yeah.
girl, that's why Britt was looking at her like, is this my friend? Is this not? Like, what are we talking about? But for me, I
I
don't
got
think I would have said anything. Like, I in my brain, I
you.
just like Brittany. Biddy knows she wrong right there. She knows she wrong. As soon as we would have got by ourselves, I'd be like, okay, now Biddy, you tripping. You tripping.
Yeah, I think in the
You know.
I do realize now that Kelly did say that. I think there was a lie.
Yes, in front of everybody.
There was a lie, but bitch, you should have showed up. I don't like
I
you, and you
mean,
just should have showed up.
we already understand it, but I don't even like fault Brit too bad with the whole donation thing. I ain't know y'all was doing all of this. All of this.
Yeah, it's based on the fact that
All
I'm
of
broke.
this.
I would have brought more than it. I'm
I would, but see
broke,
that,
and I
but
would
see,
have bought
Biddy,
more than it.
we
Yeah,
are givers though, so we would have bought way more. Y'all could have
yeah,
said all we need is 4 rolls of tissue. We done came up there with a Sam supply or a
yeah.
Costco supply. That's just what we do. Like
Yeah, I
we
give
like
grace
to
on that. I'm
give.
like, but did they tell her how much to bring? So, and
They
then this is
did it.
also somebody y'all went to her event and she had hundreds of people there and only wanted to feed six. So I didn't expect much more from Brit. She don't know how to be a housewife. We said that. So that's why on the last commentary that we did about the last episode, we did extend grace to Brit. So I promise I have not gone hard on her last time or this time. I really am trying to understand, but I'm just glad she gone. I'm just glad she gone.
You so silly. Not
Biddy,
glad
let's talk about the Shamia scene with, she was talking to her mom about the whole Shiloh because we are coming off the episode where she
she
had a
got.
breakdown when her
Mhm.
husband called her baby's condition. So she talked to her mom. The mom told her that the nurse was negligent. When she came to see the baby was freezing. It took her an hour to get that baby warm. Um, any thoughts about that? Do we want to talk about it? It's so sad. I just,
I
yeah,
I I know it pisses me off real bad, like real bad. Because what in your mind would just have you just have that baby sitting there just cold? You don't got nothing on the baby. Baby, I'm put a blanket up on you and it could be hot
yeah,
outside. If the
yeah,
air is blowing in this house, you may be cold. I'm gonna give you a
yeah.
blanket.
Yeah, and I reviewed a lot of the commentary, and I think we talked about this on the last episode too. Of people being like, she should have went home, and she should have went home." But again, I just don't feel like that. I feel like she with this baby 24/7. She's on a vacation. She has a very able and
Right.
willing
Able bodied
partner,
husband.
husband who
Right.
is there, and it's just his turn in her absence. I don't feel like Shamia should have left. Your thoughts on that?
Now, we were talking about acting earlier.
Hmm.
The crying, I don't think that Shamia was acting. Let me throw that part out there. I do not
Okay.
think that Shamia was acting. Do I feel like it was stretched some? I may get ate up for this, but do I feel like it was stretched some? I do. Because I remember on the scene last week, she walked in the room and everybody was just sitting down somewhere. And she was like,
Cause
"What's
she
wrong with
was
y'all?"
smiling. Yeah.
Yes. She was like, "What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all so quiet?" And then all of a sudden, boom, she just crying. Just, I'm talking about boo hoo crying. And I'm not gonna say that things don't hit you just randomly, especially when people come around, they patting on your back, they asking you what's wrong. You know,
Yep. I'll say that. That was not
yeah,
repeat. I was like, what I was gonna say, they gonna turn you up.
yeah, yeah, they gonna tear me up. But yes, it's just like and I understand it. I know that happens all the time. Like, you just think about your child, just her being sick or whatever, and what
Yeah.
happened. That will cause you to cry, whatever. But I'm
Yeah.
just like, and then we went from that to the scene where everybody twerking on each other. It
Well,
was
you do
like
know that this is cut up now. They even went on now.
that was the
Come on.
same night though, Biddy.
Oh, but they did they kumbaya and they moved on. So we wanted her to go to sleep and then they start over the next day.
No, I'm just like, I mean, let's move on. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Moving along.
Phaedra, Cynthia, and Portia. Move on. Phaedra, Cynthia, and Portia. They were sitting down having discussing the girls and everything that's been going on. And Phaedra again throwing a little shade at Angela, saying she remind her of a teacher of a
A
school
math
teacher.
teacher that's freaking this bitch.
Um, and Phaedra also proceeds to say she had a little tea. What was the tea that she had?
Oh, that
Um,
Kelly doesn't want Britt to use
her
her.
stylist.
Yeah.
News that who
Why do you
cares?
think that was? Why do you think that is was whatever? Why do you
I
think
think
Kelly
it's
didn't want her to use her stylist anymore?
I think that Kelly, we did see Kelly say, I know that Britt's been going through a lot. She doesn't have a stylist, so I want to extend my stylist to her today. But just like Portia didn't want her stylist to be continuously styling Drew, I think it's one of those things where we on the same show. And just because I extended my post to you, my team to you once now, I don't want them to be working on you when they my team every day. So I kind of understood, but I also think it's just not a big deal. If you paying them with your money and you paying them the price that they owe, now don't let it interfere with my shit now. Don't let me be waiting in green screen on my team when you go find your own goddamn team. But as long as it don't interfere with my schedule and you are paying these good hard working people they fee,
Right. Let them make some more money. Let them.
yeah. So that's news that who cares? I thought Phaedra was gonna come drop a real bomb. This bitch talking
I
about a fee.
know. I was
Cares.
like, what we say, Biddy, when it ain't really tea? I'm like, baby, this some milk. You could have said this.
Like, raise your hand if you care. We'll wait. Nobody cares. Oh, nobody cares.
What was I?
I was talking about was the fake freaking Frank too.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, it didn't last long. And now I
yeah,
think Brit
he
and
never saw
Shamia are
her.
gonna try to be the new freaking friend. I don't know. I don't feel. I don't. I don't
Shamia
feel
and
it
Kelly.
for them.
Um, I have thoughts about that.
Thoughts about which one?
You said you can see them trying to be the new freaking frat, and I can see where you get that from too.
No, I said I can't see.
Okay, okay, you said you can't see. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like they are two good friends that can really be good friends. As far as a freaking frat, they don't match energy enough to be freaking frat. I feel like Shamia can be a frick, but Kelly can't be a frack. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not gonna
Like
play with
Shamia
you.
has freak energy, but Kelly doesn't have friends. But I do think they are the two type of friends that could really benefit from each other. They are both givers. They are both consolers. They are both
Mm-hmm.
those type of friends. And I
Mm-hmm.
think they are both like the strong friends. They always there for everybody. And since they know what that's like, it's good that two givers can be there for each other. That's how I feel about them. But they definitely couldn't be a freaking frag. I would agree with you there. Uh, oh, I do got another comment that Phaedra made somewhere
What's
around that
that?
whole freaking frat comment. She was like, um, there's not a pair of pants in the world that could keep me from my best girlfriend. I thought that was just laughable. I thought that was just laughable. And that's all I'm going to say about
Break
that.
it down to me. It's going over my head, Bookie. You want to know what it reminded me of? Just like when Karen was like, I am the fence and you ride me. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Phaedra, you don't have a good girlfriend. Everything has kept you from being a good girlfriend. So I just thought she was not the person that should have been saying that message.
Ah,
That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't even
touche,
want to go in that.
touche.
I don't want to go down down the road with low down dirty page. Girl, she could have just kept it. Anywho, what else is going on the Real Housewives of Atlanta in the streets?
Okay, so
I know.
Portia says, Shamia, I got something for you. And she gave her a bathing suit in a
Cause
hat.
she bags make it. Cause I'm just gonna assume from her
It
wearing
made
all
it on
Portia's
this
clothes,
episode.
but that was still Portia's outfit.
Yeah.
That okay,
I
okay. I was
think
just
it
a little confused.
came, maybe, I think it came after. No, 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 no. I think they asked that question before she walked in. Oh, don't know. Don't
She
even care
still wearing
enough.
Portia clothes. Okay.
It was just weird. I'm like,
So
yeah, moving
Portia
on.
wanted to make Shamia feel better, basically, right?
Yes, she did.
So that
I like the
she was
photo
gonna
shoot.
take a photo. Yeah, it was pretty. So that
Mhm.
that was originally supposed to be what Portia was doing, but she wanted Shamia to feel better, so she gifted that to her with the photo shoot. And let's just say this. I'm gonna just say this. Shamia body is tea. I know she mentioned back rolls, but
Yeah,
Shamia, girl, you look
she
like
looked
oil
good.
and silk. You looked for
Yeah,
good. She looked up a good back roll or not.
yeah, she does. She really does. They was like, who had a baby? Like, girl, you look
Yes,
good.
she looks good. But not Portia saying she sees some jealousy uh, between Kelly and
Brie.
Britt. Is that who she was talking about when she I was like,
I didn't
Portia,
get that.
I didn't understand it at all. I'm like, Portia, how you see all that?
She
But
don't
you
see
didn't
herself.
yourself and how you were look coming off on how you were treating Shamia. I just thought that was fucking
Right.
funny. You said some shit that nobody else see but you between two other people. And you don't even can't even look girl, shut the fuck up. I was just like, Portia just be talking. Just go, Portia. God said go.
Portia
Uh,
just like she's just like to hear herself talk. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Biddy, did you Kelly and Shamia dressing alike at the pool? Freak, no frat. It was just a epic fail. Angela said they got too much damn time on their hands at they big old age to be wearing matching swimsuits. What you think about that?
Biddy, you said freak no flag. I got flip and flop. It was a flop.
It
Like
was a flop.
it did absolutely nothing for me at all. I was like,
The
and
little
then y'all thought y'all ate. Y'all came downstairs with it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was good to see Portia and Drew kind of be able to work through their issues and get along. Like I saw some clips of them twerking and dancing on each other, and I thought that was good. I think that's why I rated this episode like 9 peaches. I really do like the camaraderie of everybody just have. You ain't got to be getting along, but just having a good damn time. I like that. I really like that.
If they, and which goes on to the next part of the episode, if they would have shown more footage of the, what is it called, jab jab, I feel like it
Hmm.
would have been a 9, because that's where all the fun happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the jab jab, Portia said she did her research on it. Ain't you glad Portia did her research? I'm glad Portia did her research because she did not do it when she went
I'm
to
ecstatic.
she went to the Underground Railroad thing. She didn't review that at all. She didn't look it up. She didn't Google it. She didn't Wikipedia it. She did not. She didn't ask her late great grandfather. She didn't know his history. She just thought the railroad was built by some people and then they voted on the conductor and he was going from the slave trade
Yep.
gathering people when he sat in his seat and he drove the slaves on to freedom. So I was so glad to see Portia do some research on Jab Jab. And I guess this was important because she got to put on a thong and cover herself with oil where all them single men's is be it. And so I thought that was worth her doing her research. So big up to Portia.
I was so glad she did, because this was my first time hearing about Jab Jab. I didn't even know much about Grenada either. She was like, they're known for their seasoning. I didn't know that either. It did
Yeah,
cause me to look up some things afterwards. But I love that she explained the meaning behind Jab Jab, because when she first started explaining, I said, girl, who want to celebrate that? The slave trade.
yeah.
What is we talking about? Y'all got whips and chains and stuff. Absolutely not. But she was like, no, we flipped it just like we flipped the N word. So, now we celebrate. And baby, black people, we gonna flip some stuff. What was meant for our bad will be for our
For
good.
our good. I'm glad Portia did her research. And even with her
Mhm.
explaining what it was, I still didn't understand. She just said it. So I want to just look it up. It says that Jab Jab is a traditional Caribbean carnival character,
Mhm.
especially popular in Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, and other islands. The name comes from the French phrase diable diable, meaning devil devil. She did say that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I was like, ooh, mm-mm.
Yeah, so people come and they dress up in costumes and parade in the streets with music and dancing. Of course, you look that up. People who play jab jab wear bright, colorful satin costumes, often with whips, chains, horns, and sometimes masks or painted faces, usually black, red, or blue. Even though it looks scary, it's all a part of fun and symbolic rebellion. Mocking slavery and colonial and colonel masters by turning the image of the devil into a joke or performance. Perfect. Perfectly said. So it's not about promoting anything evil. It's about culture, resistance, and celebration. And as Portia broke it down so all the dummies can explain, they turned the bad into a good, just like the N word. You go, Portia. We gonna give Portia her flowers because she did that research.
I
Neither
know
here nor
that's a funny
there.
shit.
Be it the morning after, they talked about how hard it was getting all the pain and shit off of.
Mhm.
Was happy to say that she got to see all Phaedra Lady parts. Did you realize that? She was happy to say she got it all in between Phaedra's booty crack. Phaedra was like, she saw all my shit.
Baby, that was a lot of. Oh, I was just like, baby, how are y'all gonna get all this stuff off? Like,
Benny, what was this part about when they were talking about getting the oil off of them and Phaedra was like, then Brit just came, dropped them big old hard titties. And Portia was like, oh, like Cynthia's clit. I was like, huh? How do we get to Cynthia's clit? Where did
oh
that come
yes,
in
that's
at?
in my notes. I said, now speaking of, these people aren't really friends. That's what that gave me, because Phaedra said, y'all know Britt Edie, she pulled out her boobs. She had an inverted
Mm-hmm.
bird nipple. She was like, she
Uh-huh.
did something and popped back out. She was like, what in the world? And then that doggone Portia gonna say on national television, oh, like your clit.
Like,
Like
My
your
thing
pocketbook.
was, no.
Huh?
Her clit, like dang, like we know how Peach used to get when she get drunk. She even said somebody was gonna eat hers that night that the bolo came. So he ain't no telling what she done did. And I told you before that Cynthia gave me she wanna be down. She wanna try a little yang yang before.
What
So
you
I don't know. I wanna know how she know about Cynthia's hooded clit. Cynthia went
Cynthia.
so far to tell us that he got a hood over it. I'm like, baby, that was a little
She said,
TMI for me.
no, no, not like that. It just got a hood. And I said, oh my goodness, it's been worse and worse. Click to the next episode. Somebody, please. Where is the commercial? Where is
Yeah,
the...
I did not even know about 57 cents click, hoodie click. Like, no, ma'am. I don't want to know about nobody's click. I just don't. Uh, that next day, they at the rooftop of the pool, and they were Shamia and Kelly and Drew were saying they love the energy between all the girls, and they would love to keep it. Like they would love to keep it.
Mhm.
Anyway, this tourist guy shows up, Betty. And he woo,
I'm about to go to Grenada. I'm
Grenada
just gonna
too.
look.
He was looking good. I mean, I'm a look too. And
I'm just looking.
Angel show up with her big ass. Get this man a long hug, then gonna say, "You are a nice looking man."
Period.
And that's the woman that get the man, the ones that do that, bitty.
Yeah.
He could have been looking at the quiet one, but you should have spoke up, bitch. Now he with Phaedra
Period.
because
Because Kelly
you
was
spoke
like,
up.
nah, he with me. I said, you snooze, you lose, baby. Mm-mm.
Snooze a little too
You
long.
snooze, you lose.
But did you realize the subtle shade that Kelly threw at Britt right away when that man showed up?
What she say?
She was like, "Oh, this is Randall, y'all. He's the person who accepted our donations." And the camera went
Oh
right
yeah,
over the Britt.
I saw that. I was like, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like you doing way too much. You doing too much.
And Shamia was like, "Hold up now, y'all. This Kelly got first deals." I'm like, "What a way to hold your bitch up and get her man." Bitty, that's what I be telling you. You gotta do that for me. Like when the
I
man be like, "No, you gotta do that for me." Like that's how I'm supposed to, get swept up off these streets.
okay. We have to talk about the divorce with Kelly. Remember at first, I think in some previous episodes that
And
I wasn't sure if they got a divorce. So she's in the process of it. And she was like, yeah, by next week I should be divorced. But we done already seen previews for next week and that young lady still ain't divorced.
yeah, and then also her and Drew realized that they share the same divorce, and Phaedra was like, "Well, that's not good."
Yeah, I was like,
That's
dang.
crazy, especially knowing both the men are trying to give them such a hard time.
Yeah.
That made
That's
me sad when Kelly was like, her dude ain't making nothing easy for her. Like nothing. Like, what do you want from me? If you want the divorce to be, they say divorce bring out the ugly in people.
yes, yes. I'm
Show dignity and some pride. Just leave. I don't want nothing from you. You can have the house, the car, the kids, and the dog. Go, just go. I just be wanting you to go. Not my kids, but you can have a dog. But just go. I hate when people do that. And Ralph acting like a bitch that we know he is.
very
All of them
much.
posting pictures of her and Ty. And you know what I wish Drew would do? Say you goddamn right. Yes, I was with Ty. Hurt him. Cut him a little deeper. Put the knife in and just turn it. Cause what do you want? Let me go.
Facts.
What do you want? You damn right. You went to Tampa and I went over Ty house. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Now
At
he
this point, he cheated, I cheated, we even. Next, let's move on.
next
Like,
case.
hey, like, what do you want from this lady?
Just make her life miserable. Because this is the thing, when you get to a point where you don't want them anymore and they realize that, it's like, oh, this bitch trying to move on. Oh, let me
Let me hit
keep
her
going.
with a hoodoo ground.
Let me keep going. Let me try to make her life
Happening.
miserable.
Yeah. Kelly also talks about her attorney. And I also say this, like, I wanted to say this prior. Drew looks really good this season. She looks really good. She looks really pretty by the pool. And Drew is not an
Hmm.
ugly girl, but she has been tacky, prior season. Look all thrown together, look cheap and hot. But she really does look good this season. And sometimes I have noticed that women just look better when they get rid of dead weight. And I
Yes,
think
the
that's what
glow up.
Drew is on. Yeah, the glow up. Without even trying. It's just you done let go of some dead weight that's been stressing you out and causing you bags and bad skin and acne. And now you just look good. And I'm gonna also say the same thing about Kelly. Kelly on the phone with her attorney while she was getting her makeup done and her bare skin. She looked that's the best she ever looked. I
Yep.
do realize that when she put on makeup, she looks clownish.
Yes, she does. She really
Yeah, so I would really just like to see her bare and naked, just like Brit Edie's clothing connection, bare and naked. Wait till the jab jab two beat it. The girls had a conversation in the car saying that they like their men being obsessed with them. I don't like that. I like to feel love. I like to feel like you love me and care about me, but that obsessed shit, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, now I don't need you to be obsessed with me. I need you to be obsessed with making this money. Go
Yeah.
be obsessed with that.
Yes. Be
Yep.
obsessed with just making one another happy. Don't be obsessed with me because it's scary. We see a lot of people lose their lives because a nigga was
Yeah, this is very true.
what y'all like. Tell us in the comments because that ain't it for me. But Phaedra saying she felt like was pregnant by the little man at the jab jab, whatever it is.
She said,
Tell
"Well, I got me pregnant, got Cynthia pregnant, baby, got us all pregnant." I
I
would
think
like to go to one of those. Would you want to go to one of those, Biddy?
most definitely want to go to something like that. You know, I always wanted to go to Carnival too, like the Carnival
Yeah,
thing in Canada. I
right.
want to do that too. But I'm definitely gonna have to get on my Kanye's workout plan before I decide to
Girl,
go.
go to sleep. Go to
I
sleep. Don't
for
start me.
real.
Okay, go on now, ma'am.
I don't want to be looking all sloppy. I don't think it was nothing else about this episode. So I did rate this episode 9 peaches because I like
Mhm.
everybody getting along. I like knowing that they can get along. So it
Mhm.
made I would like to see more fun shade from them. I don't think we get enough of it. I would like
Uh-huh.
to see the girls sharpen up. Angela got it. Them other girls, Shamia don't have it. Shamia don't have it either. I think it's a learned behavior. So
Yeah,
y'all need to
I
start
feel.
looking at some
Okay,
of the
so
archives.
let's go through the list. Who all do you think has? I actually think Britt has it.
No, she don't have it at all. Biddy, you and this Brit thing. I'm so glad she gone.
I mean, not Britt,
No,
not Britt. I said that wrong. Kelly, Kelly, Kelly,
she don't
Kelly. I'm sorry.
have it. Kelly
You don't
does
feel
have
like
it.
Kelly has it?
Kelly does have it. I think she could. I think Kelly does have it. I don't think Shamia has it. Kelly and Angela definitely has it. Of course, Portia has it. Of course, Portia. Cynthia got it too. Cynthia be funny. But see, it took Cynthia a long time, obviously. Biddy, what would you like to see? Because as we know, the girls have already filmed the reunion, so we know that we are coming towards the end of the season. What would you like to see prior to this season wrapping up? Is there anything that you would like more of, less of?
I
Anything
got
you would
nothing.
like to see for the future with this cast? What have you liked about this new cast? What have you disliked, and what would you like to see added as an addition? Because we know Brit is not coming back at this point. Any changes you would like to see made to RHOA? What do you think it needs? What ingredient are we missing?
Um, they need to work towards something. Like,
Mhm.
is there an event that y'all need to have at the end of the year? Like, you know how American Medicine they got the med ball? Like, it's something
Mhm.
like that where they need to work together on something. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't even know what it is that they need because yeah.
It's just, yeah.
The
A new
trip was
cast is
fun
hard.
though. The trip
The
was
trip
better
is
than
fun.
all of these episodes. So baby, just keep going on vacation, child.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
Mhm. I think that some of the mistakes for me, they harbored on the Brit, not the Brit. Oh, I hate talking about her. They harbored on the Portia and
And
Drew fake
yeah,
beef far too long for
it
me.
was no tea.
Phaedra came in far too late. What I would like to see, not instead of an after show, but in addition or on the after show, the after show would be more purposeful if they added more context, like some things we didn't see. Why something came, why I never saw Britt and Kelly as really friends on the show. They said they were. I didn't see any of that. I feel like the after show could be. more useful to us all if we got more context. How was Portia and Angela able to get over her saying she F her husband so soon? And I do think that they need to bring back Nene. I'ma just go out on a limb and say that they need to bring back Nene. They need to bring back Nene.
Oh yeah.
I think if I wanted to see it, they need to just bring back Nene. I don't care if it's for a friend of, if she just pop up on the next cash trip. We need at least 3 episodes with Nene or somebody to see how she blends with the group before they start to make her a full time housewife. But definitely, definitely less fake beef like that shit with Drew and Portia. It was so fake. It
They
dragged.
had nothing else, Biddy. They had nothing else. Nothing
We need
else.
to see more relationship building amongst these girls because it's just weird. I think it's weird. It's just been really weird. They need a new formula, and I think sometimes the new formula is to stick with some of the old faithful. Everything had a one key ingredient. Like you can't fuck with them yams without putting that vanilla flavoring in there. You always gonna need that vanilla flavoring. So I think they need to stick to key ingredients. You can't mix everything new when you're trying to try some shit. You gotta make sure you stick that old faithful in there.
Right,
That's what
right.
I think it needs. I think it needs Nene. Then if Nene can't fix the shit, we just need to just cancel our HOA altogether and come out with something else.
Mm, mm, mm.
If Nene
You know,
can't fix it,
once you are
nobody
on
can.
for so long, the storylines they are then being built, they're not
Hmm.
authentic.
Hmm.
Um, and Nene did say she doesn't have any problems with Bravo. She was like, they're actually dating right now. I
Yeah,
saw that on her show.
she did say that.
So, but I don't know if I still don't think they will bring her back on
I
RHOA.
do. I think they're getting very desperate. I think they were desperate in taking a chance and going out on a limb with this cast. But I think now, after what has happened, I think they are really desperate. I think they are
I think
desperate
they're
enough at
desperate,
this point for Nene to come back.
but they know they're gonna have to pay her. And
See, they
just think, you're gonna put all of
should.
this money in somebody that
It don't
said
do
you
well.
did X, Y, and Z. I don't think that's why I don't feel like they're gonna bring her back in that capacity. Maybe put her on another
I
show, but like bring her back in this capacity where you have talked, girl, you talk bad.
Biddy, let's bet right now, and I want to
I'm not
mark this
betting you
video.
nothing. What did we
Let's
bet on
bet.
last time? We need to write this down.
No, we need to write this shit down because I need my drink. I know I bet you 2 martini. I
Oh,
know
you
that.
bet.
I need my drink.
You bet. Oh, I know what we bet about. We betted that Brit wouldn't get her 20 million. That's what we betted about last
Yeah,
time. I don't
we
know
get no
how we'll
20
be able to
million.
confirm that
Yeah,
information.
I know. Right, right. Yep. But I bet you Nene will make an appearance on our HOA next season. I think the
Man, she's
network is that
dropping into
desperate.
an appearance.
I mean, just think she's gonna be back on the show in some capacity. I don't know what they budget look like. I don't know, but I just think she's gonna be back on the show. You said you don't think they'd have her.
I don't think so. That'll be a lot. Like they would literally have to like
Okay.
buckle down on their and Andy too. Like she did
Okay.
a lot. Like she said that man was racist. Like it's just so much. It's so much stuff. If she was to show up on Watch What Happens Live, that would be a big thing too.
Oh my
Take
God,
baby
that would
steps.
be
Go on there.
huge.
She's gonna have to. And I hate
She
to
should just
say this.
surprise it.
I feel like she'll have to apologize to Andy. And
I think the same. I think that that was very hurtful to Andy. I saw their relationship, and I think that Andy looked up to Nene and really respected her. So that is hurtful. I think that he gonna have to take a appeal of like some humble juice too to humble himself enough to accept her apology. Because I don't know if I would accept it if I was him. Knowing how I felt about you and how I respected you, and then you do that. So yeah, but I feel I need your pinky that if Nene don't make an appearance, I'm gonna send you some of those steak egg rolls over to your house, and you gonna eat them during the next recording if Nene does not make an appearance by then. So yeah,
by
on the
what? By
reunion,
next season? What you say?
yeah, if Nene makes an appearance on any episode, the very episode that she makes an appearance on while we are filming our video, you're gonna be eating the steak rolls that I made you, and I'm gonna make you a drink and drive it over there so you can drink it while we reviewing the episode. Okay?
My girl. My
Okay.
girl. Make sure it's fresh now.
I want my steak rolls delivered to my house too, and we're gonna do the review from my couch. While you
Okay.
drinks and you bring all the ingredients over here. I
I'm
want to be
okay.
served.
I'm okay
Okay?
with it.
I'll play cater to you in the background. Okay.
Okay.
We've been out here long enough. We've been out here almost an hour today. We've had a few technical difficulties, so thank you for bearing with us during our trying times. Follow us
Thank
on
you.
our platforms, Quiso Prissy as seen on the screen. Letitia Richey is who I am. Like this video, subscribe to the video show, and also subscribe to my personal channel, Letitia Richey. Until next time, let's say bye. Bye.